Rising country star, Allie Colleen, hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Really good, thank you. Your latest single, Grass on the Grave, available everywhere you can get music. We're going to get to that in a bit, but there's so much more I want to cover with you, so here we go. You got a really big voice. When did you first realize that it was kind of your thing, your superpower, and started singing in front of people?
I do have a really big voice. I have never not had this bug. I remember I started writing songs when I was probably about 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
I didn't start playing guitar until I was about 14, but I have done this my whole life, and I absolutely love it.
Nice. Do you remember the first song you wrote? Was it like about a boy you had a crush on, or you know?
Oh, absolutely. I could play it for you right now if I had to, and it is about a boy that I had met on Tumblr.
Okay.
Is there anybody out there that used Tumblr?
Right.
That's what mine was.
Okay. Well, do you remember the title?
I do. It was called Sweet Melodies.
Okay. Nice. Do you remember, after looking back at that song, do you look back on that and the songwriting and the singing and see how much you have grown as an artist?
Oh, absolutely. Sweet Melodies, the chorus just says Sweet Melodies, I think 5 times.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
And then it just comes back around to verses. You know what I mean? So it's very cool to kind of look at that as literally just a kid and that kind of thing. And then go into, the kind of writing that we do now.
Sure.
Very cool.
Sure. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about singing competitions like The Voice and American Idol?
I cannot speak too personally on them, and seeing as how I've never done them, but they have never been something that has been, something that would work for us.
Sure. No.
I can say that much.
No, that's fine. Your TikTok game, your YouTube shorts and things like that, pretty strong. What's your puppy dog's name?
My dogs, I have dealt with hospice dogs my whole life.
Oh, good for you.
So I take in hospice dogs, and so I lost my last one last January. Her name is Mary. And I don't know that I'm going to have another one for a while, my man.
Hey, dude, that is hard.
Yeah, I've gotten a little beat up over the last couple of years just because it just is what it is.
It is hard.
My last girl was a dream, and it's going to be a while for me. But I have 2 horses. I have Jack and Einstein.
Yeah, nice. And how often do you get a chance to ride?
We ride whenever we want. It's starting to get warm again now, so we kind of ride whenever we want to. There's Western pleasure horses.
Sure.
It's good pasture puppies.
Yep, absolutely. Boy, I haven't been on a horse in a hot minute. I need to fix that. So, the song "While We're Still Friends" came out a few months ago. Features Lee Brice. You did a few tour dates with Lee as well. It seems like he's kind of taken on this mentor role with you. Would you agree?
He has been incredible, and I would absolutely say so. I've worked with Lee for the last couple of years. It started, in the writing room, writing together, and became more of a production thing. He produced my last 2 songs before While We're Still Friends as well. And then he wrote While We're Still Friends with me. So he jumped on that vocally as well, which was absolutely incredible for me, and was really, really cool to get to join him this year on tour as well. Nice. He's been incredibly wonderful to me, as well as Jared Neiman. Have both really just taken roles where I just get to sit there and learn. It's been incredible.
I love that. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned Jared, because I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary here in Wichita. And 10 years ago, like in 2 weeks from now, 10 years ago, when I came to Wichita, Jared Neiman was the headliner for our River Festival country show. And he's also one of the producers on your record, along with Lee. The 3 of you working together, are there any arguments as far as creative differences? I mean, is it easy and effortless to work with the 2 of them, or do you guys speak your mind and say, hey, no, I don't think it's going to work that way, but let's do it this way?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. I will say Lee and Jared would butt head more on production preferences than I would, just because, again, I'm just a little green baby in the room, just kind of learning stuff. So they obviously kind of had their ways of how something should go, but their strengths and weaknesses are so different that it's really just kind of a dream team kind of thing. And it's been incredible to work with them and in that kind of way to get to learn how they would do things differently. And then it's also very cool, in music, it's kind of understood there isn't really a right or wrong way. It's just, what accomplishes the job at hand and what we're trying to sound like and all those kinds of things. So they were incredible just to kind of sit back and kind of watch.
No, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but that phrase you just used, strength and weaknesses, that'd be a great title for a country song.
I might have to sit down with that.
Look, might just have to noodle that away. So, anyway, so the new single, Grass on the Grave, song about loss and grief. Thing I love about the lyrics in this song is it doesn't really name a specific loss, because I've learned, and many people have learned, grief is something we experience in many different ways. And it's not just a physical loss. It could be the loss of a job, loss of a relationship, your parents going through divorce, you lost your wallet. All of that is grief. Now, with that said, the song has to hit a little differently after the death of one of the co-writers, Craig Wilson.
You know, this is a new thing for me to navigate. I've been in this town 10 years, and I have never created something with somebody, you know, in this kind of way that they weren't there on, you know, on the finish line as well. So that was incredibly wild for me to experience. And Craig really stepped up in the writing room. I mean, when we first wrote together, Crystal and Craig and Alyssa and I, it was the first time that we'd ever, you know, met kind of thing. And sometimes you know co-writers for years before you write together. And sometimes you guys meet day of and you do your thing and whatever. And I met Craig that day. And I've never had someone in the writing room advocate so strongly for what my sound was.
Right.
And there's a lot of ways to do Grass on the Grave as a traditional country song that would have been incredibly, you know, beneficial and really would have paid off, you know, for what we were trying to do. There's also 100 Taylor Swift ways to do Grass on the Grave that would have been really cool. And there's a lot of, you know, Hardy and Wallen ways to do Grass on the Grave. But Craig was very, very adamant about finding how, you know, Allie was going to do this song, and especially coming out of such a huge season of loss for me. I'm so grateful for Craig Wilson, and we remember him in this release. We lost Craig a couple of months after we'd wrote this song. Actually, I want to say it was probably maybe 6 or 7 months after we wrote this song.
Right.
We lost him just in like heart conditions, I think, if I understand correctly. But so, and the songwriting community was kind of Craig's family here in town as well.
Sure.
So we all, you know, it all goes out to Craig, and it is incredibly cool getting to see this song, you know, start to finish, and just know that, you know, we're all leaving some kind of legacy here, which has been an incredible thing to kind of witness and be a part of. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, every day is a gift, and I think where my grief comes from sometime with my late wife, Michelle, yes, I miss her terribly, but I also get mad sometimes about the things they're missing out on, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Your name appears on a lot of, you know, one to watch, rising artists, next big thing lists. Does that drive you even harder for success?
It absolutely does. It also, there seems to just be this ever-present just push and run and go at I would assume all careers, you know, have their space like this. I really would. But, you know, in this town, it's like, you know, everyone's either, you know, running for viral or, you know, hoping for a radio single or hoping for that big song cut or whatever it is. And I just can't tell you how cool of a journey it has been.
Right.
You know, every year we land on these new watch lists and all this stuff. And I've even had the question in the past. It's like, do you ever get anxious that you're not going to move off of like the watch list? And I was like, I don't one, I hate that question.
Right.
And two, I don't think so. I think that's kind of where I always want to be. You know what I mean? So I'm so grateful for that. And it definitely does make us feel very excited, but it also is something that's kind of reminded me, like, to just enjoy, you know, to just enjoy this time and to really just and to be present, you know, in the time that we're at, because it's just been a blast.
That's the word I was going to use. It's important to be present and enjoy the journey, right? All your focus is on the new single "Grass in the Grave" right now. What's in the works heading into 2025?
I did. I just got my "Grass in the Grave" tattoo last night.
Nice.
I have a whole leg sleeve of kind of artwork and song stuff of my own, and the artwork of "Grass in the Grave" was done by my best friend, and so I got that done yesterday. And we're just amping up the new music throughout the whole rest of the year, next year as well. Really hoping to get on some larger supporting dates. We've had an incredible career, an incredible run, you know, doing the headlining thing and trying to get our name into, you know, areas we've never been before, and I think we've done a very good job at that. But now we're needing, you know, kind of just a bigger show to be a part of. So we're really hoping for, you know, that big tour lineup in 25, as well as throughout the end of this year, and just rolling out new music and just really trying to be here and enjoying it and being present and just making music. You're
going to get a chance to play CMA Fest?
Yes,
excellent.
We did. We got a fanfare placement this year, so we're excited about that.
That's outstanding.
So we'll be in the Beast with everybody.
Okay, all right. It's funny you mentioned the tattoo. That was actually going to be one of my questions. Like, do you have a favorite tattoo, and what your next one was going to be? You already answered the next one. You just finished it. So, do you have a favorite tattoo?
I did. My next one was the one I got last night, as we said. And then my favorite tattoo, I love my artwork so much. I really do. There's a lot of stuff that I think is cool, but I think probably my throat tattoo is kind of the one that's talked about the most. But I have a firefly in the middle of my throat from Princess and the Frog.
Nice.
Long story short, and it's my favorite. I absolutely love it.
Okay. Of the artists and the songwriters you've had a chance to work with closely, who has given you some of the best advice that you remember?
Man, I just did a show this week with Billy Dawson, who is one of my first kind of original co-writers in this town. And we've grown a lot together in a lot of different ways over the last couple of years. And that man just continues to remind me to just love what we do, and just to be absolutely grateful every day that this is, what we do, and this is our circumstance. And there's no one like Billy Dawson when I'm getting all frustrated about what my career looks like or doesn't look like to be like, dog, you do music for a living. Yeah. Like, you're going to be fine. Yeah. You need a perspective change. And I'm just in a season of life right now where kind of the simple lessons that we spend our whole life, learning kind of thing are really where I'm just trying to put my energy and just trying to be present and just trying to be around. And I'm very grateful for the way that Billy Dawson has really put that into what I do and something that matters to me. So I'm very grateful for him.
Yeah. Joy and happiness is a choice, and you'll get joy and happiness back if you put it out there, for sure.
It really is.
Yeah. 100%. So let's finish off with some sort of some character defining questions here so we can find out a little bit more about you. What song is on repeat right now on your playlist?
My song that's on repeat right now is, of course, Hardy or Wallen and Post Malone.
Okay, yeah, seriously, that song is a monster.
Yeah, it's over and over and over and over again.
Good for you. All right, let's see. Singing and songwriting, obviously your thing. What's something you're not good at?
Oh, being patient.
See, I knew you and I got along for a reason, because I have zero patience.
None at all. No, don't give me a spatula in a drawer. I'll break it in 2 minutes. It's not going to go in as fast as I want it to. I don't have that.
All right, fair enough. Do you have any hidden talents that not many people know about?
No.
Okay.
I wish I did. I ain't got nothing hidden from you guys. I'm showing you all I can do.
Don't have any weird impersonations. Or I had a friend in high school who could tie a cherry stalk in a knot in her mouth. Like, you put the stalk in, and I don't know how she did it, but she tied it in a knot. It was
yes, I can tie it. I can tie a cherry stem in a knot with my tongue. Nice. And I am a wonderful crafter. Like, I do diamond dots. So I do those rhinestone by numbers.
Right.
Those huge rhinestone by numbers. That's what I do. So I don't really know that that's a hobby, but I can follow instructions.
Do you have a Cricut?
I don't.
You should get yourself a Cricut if you're a real crafter.
I think I've seen the.
You can do all sorts of T-shirts and vinyl.
I also feel like it's like a.
Yeah, go to Michael's. It'll change your life. Any plans for Memorial Day weekend?
I am a paddleboarder, so I would love to be out on the water.
Okay.
So no straight up plans yet, but I would love to get my board out next weekend.
All right, you're going on a road trip. What's your favorite go-to road snack?
Ooh, I have to have something like sweet and then something like salty. So a candy of any sort, like a gummy candy, and then salt and vinegar chips.
See, again, you and I, that's why we're friends. Salt and vinegar is the way to go. So,
good.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I am a Michael girl. I am a huge horror fanatic, and I love Michael.
Yeah, okay. And, honestly, you've been great to talk to, and I wish you the most success moving forward, and I hope to hear your name a lot and see you get on those big tours that you want to get on and live your dreams and keep on spreading that joy and being present. Allie Colleen, your new single, Grass on the Grave. Get it wherever you get music. I wish you all the luck. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day.